Hello students. In this topic you will learn history of banking, history of Reserve Bank of India and State Bank of India, nationalization of banks both in 1969 and 1980 and regional rural banks or RRBs in India. Banking in India has a very long history starting from the late 18th century. The first joint stock bank was Bank of Bombay, established in 1720 in Bombay. It failed in 1770. Bank of Hindustan in Calcutta was established in 1770. The bank was closed down in 1832. Let's look at presidency banks. The first presidency bank was the Bank of Bengal, established in Calcutta on June 2nd, 1806, with a capital of rupees 50 lakh. The bank was given powers to issue currency notes in 1823. Bank of Bombay was the second presidency bank, set up in 1840 with a capital of rupees 52 lakh. Bank of Madras was the third presidency bank, established in July 1843 with a capital of rupees 30 lakh. These three presidency banks were reorganized and amalgamated to form a single entity named Imperial Bank of India on 27th January 1927. It was later transformed into State Bank of India in 1955. The Imperial Bank of India performed three sets of functions: commercial banking, central banking, and the banker to the government. Let's look at the Indian owned banks. The first Indian owned bank was Allahabad Bank, set up in Allahabad in 1865. The second, Punjab National Bank, was set up in 1895 in Lahore. And the third, Bank of India, was set up in 1906 in Mumbai. Now let's look at Reserve Bank of India. Reserve Bank of India, also known as RBI, was established on 1st April 1935 in accordance with the provisions of the RBI Act 1934. It was established under the recommendations of the Hilton Young Commission, also known as Royal Commission on Indian Currency and Finance. Initially, RBI was set up in Calcutta and permanently moved to Mumbai in 1937. Initially, the RBI was started with the private shareholders and fully paid up capital of rupees 5 crores. It also acted as Central Banking Institute for Myanmar till 1948 and till 1947 for Pakistan. RBI was nationalized on 1st January 1949, and this was done in accordance with the RBI Act of 1948. It empowered RBI to act as a central banking institution to control monetary policy of Indian rupee and to control, regulate, monitor, inspect banks in the country as mentioned in the second schedule of RBI Act of 1934. Now let's look at the subsidiaries of RBI. Deposit Insurance and Credit Guarantee Corporation, or DICGC, was set up in 1978. National Agriculture and Rural Development Bank, or NABARD, was set up in 1982. National Housing Bank was set up in 1988. Bharatiya Reserve Bank Note Mudran Private Limited, or BRBN MPL, was set up in 1995. Let's look at State Bank of India, or SBI. The State Bank of India was formerly known as Imperial Bank of India during the British rule. This was created by amalgamating the Imperial Bank of India with the 10 major banks associated with other former princely states. The other 10 major banks were the State Bank of Saurashtra, Bank of Patiala, Bank of Bikaner, Bank of Jaipur, Bank of Rajasthan, Bank of Indore, Bank of Baroda, Bank of Mysore, Hyderabad State Bank, and Travancore Bank. SBI was established on 1st July 1955 under the recommendation of Gorwala Committee. It was nationalized on 2nd June 1956 with majority of its shares taken by the Government of India. The SBI acts as an agent where the Reserve Bank of India has no branches. It has 5 associate banks: State Bank of Bikaner and Jaipur, Hyderabad, Mysore, Patiala, and Travancore. Now let's look at nationalization of banks of 1969. Before the 1960s, the control of the major banks was by leaders of commerce and industry. Banks were run to satisfy their requirements rather than along commercial principles. The consequence was the gradual erosion in the capital base of banks. Due to the above reasons, on 19th July 1969, the government nationalized 14 banks with deposits of over rupees 50 crore by promoting the Banking Companies Ordinance of 1969. Banks that were nationalized are Central Bank of India, Bank of Maharashtra, Dena Bank, Punjab National Bank, Syndicate Bank, Canara Bank, Indian Overseas Bank, Indian Bank, Bank of Baroda, Union Bank, Allahabad Bank, United Bank of India, UCO Bank, and Bank of India. The main objective of this nationalization was to serve better the needs of development of the economy in conforming with national policy objectives. Now let's look at nationalization of banks in 1980. By the 1980s, it was observed that some private banks were suffering from governance issues. There was a need to address credit delivery on a greater scale. Due to the above reasons, 6 banks with deposits above rupees 200 crores were nationalized in April 1980. Banks that were nationalized are Andhra Bank, Corporation Bank, New Bank of India, Oriental Bank of Commerce, Punjab and Sindh Bank, and Vijaya Bank. Now let's look at regional rural banks or RRBs. It was felt that commercial banks were not tuned to the needs and requirements of small and marginal farmers, while the cooperatives lacked resources to meet the expected demand. The need, therefore, was felt of a separate banking structure capable of combining the local feel and familiarity of rural problems characteristic of cooperatives and the professionalism and large resource base of commercial banks. The Regional Rural Banks Ordinance was made public on September 26, 1975. This was subsequently replaced by Regional Rural Banks Act on February 9, 1976. The RRBs were set up with the view to developing the rural economy by providing credit for the purpose of development of agriculture, trade, commerce, industry and other facilities, particularly to the small and marginal farmers, agricultural laborers, artisans and small entrepreneurs. The first regional rural bank called Prathama Gramina Bank or Prathama Bank was set up on October 2nd, 1975. In this video we discussed history of banking, history of Reserve Bank of India and State Bank of India, nationalization of banks both in 1969 and 1980, and regional rural banks or RRBs. Please practice all the questions related to these topics on edurapid.com and all the best for your exams. Thank you.